It was not for any disciplinary reasons. What happened is somebody in the bureaucracy decided they were going to bring all the terrorists to one place, and next thing he knew, he got shifted to the CMU. Now, he didn't realize that he would wish he'd stayed at the CMU, because by complaining about it, they made him regret having complaint by treating him in this inhumane fashion.
Can you talk specifically about the complaint that he made?
As far as I know, and I was not involved in it directly, one of the other inmates had prepared a lawsuit, which Chapman agreed to sign on to, saying that a CMU had less access to your family, provided less access to your family, no contact visits, so you can never hug your children, shorter visits, fewer phone calls to your family. It was primarily made up of Muslims, and that therefore it was a disciplinary transfer, but there were never any disciplinary hearings held because the people who were transferred there hadn't committed any offenses for the most part. Certainly Chapman had not. When Chapman was in the Big Sandy for years and years, he was a perfect prisoner. He was no trouble. People liked him. The guards liked him. Everything was fine. When he got transferred, it just didn't seem right. And it never dawned on him that by bringing an apparent injustice to the federal courts would so incense the bureaucrats in the Bureau of Prison that they would do a punitive transfer to an SMU, which eventually they had to acknowledge was improper and unsupported by his behavior. But they've fixed him good and proper now. We've been working, trying to help Seth now for the last 3 years pro bono, because he has no money and the courts aren't paying. But what's happening to him is just not right. And so we're trying to get somebody with a sane ear and a heart in the Bureau of Prisons, and there are such people. In fact, most of them are, decent people, to look at this and say, oh, this is wrong. We got to do something. It's really hard to get the courts to do it, and if you do, they find another way of punishing you, making your life more miserable than it was before you complained. That's the lesson that we've learned. Every time he's gone to the courts for help, they figured a way to make his life more miserable.